It's a little colder out here than I thought. Have not been out here a whole lot today. I'm going to button. Well, I guess that one's not getting buttoned. Anyways, today is tomato starting day. It is February 15th, and we're starting tomatoes. I have about exactly 8 weeks before my last frost date, which it's not really last frost date, it's a few days after, but I was told by my grandfather actually that from his farming friends and everything, they said that April 15th is, after that date, you're almost guaranteed no more frost. So we're starting tomatoes now. Well, actually not right this second. We're gonna wait a minute. I need to run something down to the mailbox. But I also want to talk about something that is very important when growing tomatoes, and I'm gonna mention it again in a minute. But it is that there are two different types of tomatoes: determinate and indeterminate. And determinate tomatoes grow to a determined size, commonly referred to as bush tomatoes, because they only get a certain size and they don't grow anymore. They have a determined set of blossoms that are going to come on, and yeah, give me a second. They have a determined number of blossoms that are going to set, and a determined number of tomatoes that will form, given perfect circumstances and everything else. But that's determinate tomatoes for you. Indeterminate, which are mainly grown, will produce many tomatoes. They can produce so many tomatoes, that's why it's called an indeterminate tomato. It is undetermined. And they can be referred to as pole tomatoes, but a lot of the tomatoes that you grow are indeterminate. So if you are thinking about it, your seed packet will have that on there. But yeah, let me dive right in. I don't want to do a lot of talking with this video, because it's been a lot of my videos have been recently. I just want to lightly go over my plan, and then I will actually pause this video and go over a little bit more of my plan by myself, because I made one earlier and yeah, probably was not the best thing to do because I don't know how many I'm actually starting. Cannot find things. Okay. I will bring you over here. This is my layout for my garden. As you can see, these are my tomato beds. Get rid of coop and all of that. That was something else. Tomato beds have 12, and there are 12 little ticks here. As you can see, they are color-coded or lettered with T, an S, or a B. And I thought there was one more, but obviously not. Sorry, I brought the other stuff out here as well. This is my color coding system. That's how many tomatoes I wanted to start at each. But with 12 tomatoes, I can just move that. With 12 tomatoes, I'm looking at about this with like 5 extra spaces of not having anything filled in. Again, this is if everything comes up that it will be started. I'm not starting all of my tomatoes right now. I do want to start some straight from seed, direct sowing. And direct sowing just means that I'm putting them right into the ground and letting them grow instead of doing what I'm doing now, which is starting early and transplanting them. So I also have little notes here because I wasn't sure if I was going to even use this, because somewhere in my head I got 100 and something tomatoes, and that's not right. So I thought it was going to be a little sunnier out, and it could be in a little while, which sucks. But on top of that, these are the varieties that I am growing. Before I start anything, these are just the tomatoes that I'm growing, and then we will actually do a tutorial on how to start your seeds, and me starting my seeds, obviously. I am doing better, no. I have a better piece of paper outlining the varieties. Sorry about that, y'all. I am doing This is not in any order at all. This is just how I wrote them down, how my seed packets were arranged. I am doing Honeycomb Hybrid, Midnight Snack, Roma VF, Too Tasty Hybrid, Italian Ice Hybrid, Black Cherry, Best Boy Hybrid, Black Crim, Sun Gold Hybrid, Bush Early Girl Hybrid, Yellow Pear, Tropical Sunset, and Cherry Baby Hybrid. Anything that did not have hybrid after it is an heirloom seed. So I got those from a variety of places. Some of those I have had, some of them I haven't. That's just what it is. So I am starting, I think it's 13 varieties of tomatoes. Last night I was going through my seeds and I realized that I did not have a red variety of tomatoes. I have every other color, but I did not have red. So I was like, okay, this needs to change. Let's do something about that. So I added in 3 extra varieties, which were the Roma, the Tropical Sunset, which I'm getting from Reagan, and the Cherry Baby. I don't remember planting the Cherry Baby before. I have planted them before. I know that because they came up, the seed packet is open. So I know I planted them, I just don't remember them. I know I planted, the other one that I was going to do was the Sweetie Cherry. I know I planted those because those were delicious, and those were like the first and second year tomatoes that I did. So this either had to have been last year, not last year, the year before, my 3rd year. Years are running together now, which is okay. But yeah, that's my plan for tomatoes. Let's actually get into the tutorial now, y'all. Thank you. I am only starting a few of my varieties today. I'm not planning on doing a lot direct sowing. I wanted about 25 seeds, so either 5 varieties or whatever. I have a few more than 5 that I would like to start, but I know I'm not going to do more than 5 and do more than 5 seeds each. So the ones that I know I need to start are the Best Boy Hybrid and the Black Crim. Those are ones that I need to get in soon. Not soon, but I would rather have those because they are a larger slice of variety and take a little bit longer. I also have, I don't have my key. Very easy to forget that. Sorry, y'all. I am awful. Oh, I have L, S, B, and T. Sorry. Very sorry about that. Teal. Okay, I'll do 5 of those plants. So 5, that's 15 plants. And then maybe throw in a midnight snack or something like that. Just a few extra things. You will notice when I'm starting these. Oh, the sun. I love it. I am using old blinds. The reason for this is they last a little while longer. You can still see the writing, and I have that available. I used the popsicle sticks. Those just wore out really quick last year, and I had no clue what was what after a certain point. And this year, with wanting to keep better records and keep things, I want to be able to save seeds, of course, so this really gives me the opportunity to do that. So what I'm going to do on this trash truck's getting ready to come by. It's every single time. I'm going to write, see? I'm going to write Best Boy. Pause here. Actually, like a minute and a half later. Best Boy. I will also go ahead and write, because I know these are being started, Black Crim and Cherry Baby. Those will be the ones that are being started. And I will have their packets in an area that just completely messed up. That'll work. Cherry Baby, Black Crim, and Best Boy. I don't really know my plan with the other ones. I will figure it out when in just a minute when we get to that point. But I will at least be starting those 3, and I will show you guys the process. Also, before I actually fully start, I know I've said this a few times, I want to go ahead and say I start my tomato seeds a little bit differently than some people might expect. I am going to be starting probably about 6 seeds per cup, per little cup over here, and I'll show you guys in just a second when I'm getting the soil. About 6 seeds for the Black Krim, Best Boy, and Cherry Baby. And then when it gets to a certain point to where those seeds need to be, when they're getting too big and interfering with growth and everything, I will then separate them into their own cups. The only reason I'm doing this like this is because I have very limited space, and this does help save space, at least in the beginning, because you don't know if everything is going to come up, and I'd rather have to sow more than to not have enough. Also, anything else that I have extra of, I will be giving to family, and or anybody on my Facebook who wants them and who is local. But other than that, I am just growing what I need, and next year I will plan on doing some other things, but that's a future endeavor, not now. This is a tomato video. You're gonna be seeing some other stuff, I'm sure, my shoes and all of that. But, okay, so this bed has newer compost already added to it. There are some sticks and everything in here. These are the cups that I'm gonna be starting my tomatoes in. This is plenty deep enough and plenty big enough to start 6 seeds. I will have to transplant. I am aware of that beforehand. I just want to let that be known. This is just easier for me to start this way instead of taking up a bunch of space. I know these are not that big, but these are also what I will be using to transplant later on as well. So I'm going to go ahead and get these 3, the 3 that I want to use, which these are a little bit sturdier, so I will use these. And then I will fill them up with soil. I realized this with my cabbage. They were not filled up enough. So I will get a good amount of soil, probably almost up to the very top like this, and just repeat with every cup. This has newer compost in it, so it's going to be very, very good, full of what is needed for each and every seedling. I might end up doing 2 cups for some of these, just because, but I will get to that in a minute. Okay, now, let's get to getting these seeds in. When getting your soil, another thing that you want to take note of, you do not want a bunch of, you don't want any big pieces of dirt on top. I could also water this beforehand. I'm not going to water it. I'm going to wait for a few days to water it, but what I'm going to do, I need to move my whole basket over here actually. I'm just going to start these 3 varieties on camera, but I will be starting more. I'll be showing you guys right when they come up. It'll be in a separate video, but I will be showing you. So, you're going to be getting this angle for now. Okay, so you have your little sticks, putting Best Boy on a side, Black Krim on a side, and Cherry Baby. You want to avoid big hunks of mulch or compost as best as you can. If not, that is okay. Let me get a thumbnail if I can. Okay, but so that's the plan with these guys. I am going to just move the soil. I might water these actually. No, I won't. This is good. Soil is a little colder than I might like, but that's okay. So I'm going to move like a little square pad out in the center, just so I can put seeds spread out a little bit. I will show you what I'm doing. So have your seeds like this. You can't, this one, you can't see, but I did a little square in the dirt. Sorry, the soil. And that is going to be where I place the seeds. That's going to be where I place the seeds. I'm going to spread them out a little bit. Again, I don't want them super close so it's hindering growth, but I want them to be able to grow and to be with others, at least for a little bit, because that saves me a little bit of time. So I'm going to, that one that I did was black creme. I will get the black creme out of my seed starting stuff. There are 30 seeds in here. So my plan for next year is to not have to buy any more tomatoes. I'm going to be saving pure tomatoes this year. I'm going to be showing you guys how to do that. So yeah, more on that once tomatoes start blooming and I'm able to start getting seeds. But I'm going to, I know I need 6, so I might get 8 seeds or something like that. These two are sticking together. That might just be the seeds. This might just be the seeds. The seeds look a little thicker, but I am going to be, again, anything extra that gets started and actually comes up will be going to family. So if you're family watching this and you want some tomatoes, these are a medium-sized slicer. Great on sandwiches from what I've read, and very prolific. So if you would like them, let me know. And that's if I have extras, which I'm sure I will because I'm starting 8 seeds. So it's going to be difficult. Okay, let me situate the camera to... Oh, that's good. That's good. Okay, so I'm going to move that around so you guys can see. See nice and good. Oh, that's nice. I love that. Sorry, getting thumbnails and stuff. Okay, so I'm going to put my seeds every little bit. I could just put them in a little cluster, which I won't do that, but I'm going to put them just like this. I only have 8 seeds in my hand, so I'm not too worried about anything else. That's a good distance apart. And I will yeah, cover that with the little bit of soil that I have right here. You don't want them to be too deep, but you also want them to be deep enough to send out some decent roots. So yeah, that's how I do my tomatoes. I will probably trim this down a little bit, see what can be done. But I'm going to be starting a lot of my tomatoes this way. Not a lot of them, all of them actually will be started this way. Anything that's going to be in cups like this. The black creme were just the first ones that I got to do the thing. There's not really a science behind it. You just pick a cup, start writing. You did notice, I hope you noticed, that I did put the label in the cup beforehand. So all I have to do is open the seed packet, put the seeds in, and I don't have to worry about labeling later on. Worrying about that, you can get things mixed up, and if you're saving seeds or anything like that, that can prove to be a little bit difficult. So, tomatoes are going to go. Again, this area is not completely done. There's no fresh compost. It's getting a little dry, low on soil, stuff like that. These 2 beds, there will be tomato walls up here. If you've watched my garden stuff before, you will have known that. And we'll be packing these beds yet again with tomatoes and tons of growing things and everything like that. So I'm going to go ahead and start the rest of these tomatoes. This video is already a bit longer than I would like, but starting tomatoes, I am starting the Cherry Baby and the Best Boy. Already started the Black Creme, and I will probably start a few more varieties. So just of things that I know that can get going quickly to get tomatoes sooner rather than later. So I might do some Sun Gold. Sun Golds produce very quickly. I think I have a variety that's like 60 days. 60 days from transplant, which I could wait. I was going to wait to do those, but we'll see. We'll see what the day holds and what I feel like starting. So thank you guys for watching. I'll see you in the next one. Bye, y'all. Start tomatoes if you can. Central Virginia. Anywhere lower than me, February 15th is your day, but you can start them now when you're seeing this. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you later.